Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of How to Play Thresh. In this video I want to talk about general Thresh basics and primary behavior during laning. But first of all I want to ask you guys what you think about the new Thresh intro of the How to Play Thresh playlist. Please comment below. So let's go right to the topic. First, I want to give you the most important clue I have for you today. During laning, you should try to use your flay into the hook. The reason is simple. If you hit your flay, the enemy is slowed, and he is closer to you than before. It gives a lot more pressure to the target, because he knows that there is your hook to follow up. You will see a lot more flashes than sidesteps if you compare it to people that try to hook first. The hook is just really easy to sidestep or flash, and then the slow helps you to hit your hook too, because the enemy is slowed and shouldn't be in position to sidestep the hook. For me, that's the golden rule during laning phase, if you want to add pressure onto the enemy's bot lane. Of course, there are situations where it is better to hook first, for example when there is a big distance and you need to set up a play because your jungler wants to gank you. In this case, you should try to go for the easier target to hit, which is the support in most of the cases. Don't forget that your hook needs a lot more mana than your E as well, so you don't spam it if you are not sure that you can land it. Next hint is a way to earn some style points and to set up a surprising play. If you are pressuring the enemy lane and you push them under their turret, there will be the situation that the enemy carry is hiding behind a minion that is relatively low. Start casting your Q while the enemy carry is feeling safe. You cast it right through the minion he's hiding behind. Now your AD carry kills this minion in the very last moment before your hook comes out. It guarantees you a summoner or even a kill onto the carry. If you aren't able to make your carry understand your plan, you just wait for the minion and time your hook with his normal last hit or the minion's last hit. In the background you saw an example for it. Tell me your experiences and maybe even problems in the comments below. Now something really common for Thresh players. You use your E passive for minion last hits with the relic shield and for poke onto the enemy as often as possible. The right target isn't always the AD carry. You should auto-attacks, poke always the target that can't trade with you. If the carry is too near to you, you poke him, otherwise you poke the support. That's fine for you as well, just have an eye on your heals bar, so you don't lose the trade and your position of pressure with it. A little disadvantage of your E passive is that it is really hard for you to help your AD carry CSing under your turret. The problem is that you are dealing too much damage to the minions, so you have to use your passive onto an enemy champion or kill one minion with your relic shield passive, before you can help your AD carry with a relatively low extra damage amount of your E passive. You need to be really careful. Now I can give you a clue how you can escape a jungler gank quite easy. Your AD carry needs to position close to the engage potential, which comes out of the jungler most of the time. So for example, he runs towards river, while you are running straight down the lane. If you have a quite big distance between each other, and you see the enemies are focusing onto your carry, you throw him the lantern and walk towards the tower together. If the enemy goes chasing you now, you should be in the position to counter engage under the turret. Always try to hook the champion with tower aggro and keep your AD carry alive as long as possible. While you get dived, you need to fly them away from you. This prevents damage. Use your exhaust on the main damage dealer. If the AD carry is out of range to hit you and your AD carry, you need to exhaust the jungler. There are some smart uses by the lantern. Maybe I will make a whole video for it in the future, but here are some possibilities how to use it. First, I already have mentioned that you can use it for the anti-ganking behavior. Next one is the complete opposite. With your jungler standing on an area right next to your lane and you are sure that there are no wards because you swept it or have a vision ward down there, you can lantern him in the lane. You should be aware that people follow a flash of you and a follow-up hook as well if they click the lantern, so you can try to get your jungler as deep as somehow possible into the lane. Another way to use your lantern is to help out your jungler during counter jungling. For example, after you took a turret or mid as a team and your jungler is taking wolves, you can take him a huge wave into safety after he finished the camp. During fights, you can take out a friendly tank that is in trouble, or you can get your AD carry back to you after he was out of position. Don't forget that you can save people directly after Zhonya's. Just throw the lantern in the golden phases. If you go for early tower dives, you can take the tower focused champion out of the tower range as well. Now I have a scenario for you which I don't often see from other Thresh players except me. If your team is getting chased in the jungle and you know you will be catched over time, you can put down your ultimate because the slow is so massive that they can't keep the chase up. In small ways like jungle path, they don't have the possibility to run around your ultimate, so it gives your team the opportunity to run away or even counter engage the team. Last, I want to mention the team fight behavior with Thresh. In my opinion, there are two very effective ways you can play during team fights. The first way is to peel for your AD carry. With Flay, Box and Hook, you have 3 ways of stopping the enemy team for reach your carry line. If they finally come along through your peel, you are able to get your AD carry back towards the mid of the fight, where he will survive a little longer. Or you can take another member from the front line back to your AD carry to save his life. The other scenario is that you are playing in the front line and leave the peeling job for the other team members. You are able to initiate fights, for example with a coin active and a flash into Flay into Box. It is a very aggressive playstyle and you need to be sure that your team will follow up your engage, else it are a lot of wasted resources on you. If you play like this, you will go down way more often like in the first scenario, because especially in low elo, the enemy team will try to burst you down and get away from your annoying slows and hooks. Don't forget that you can take a big CC tank like a Mumu or a Knar with you in the fight by using your lantern. I guess I have mentioned everything I wanted now. If you think I missed something very important, let me know it in the comments below. I hope I could help you and you know a little more than before about Thresh. That's it for today and I hope you will have fun trying out some new things. Tell me your experiences and good luck in Summoner's Rift. See you guys!